Okay, so when it says the word addends, don't let that get you so concerned. That just means two numbers that are being added. The word addends means two numbers being added. So don't let that give you any kind of concern. We want to now efficiently add one positive and one negative. All right, so in other words, what have we done so far? We've made a negative 5, 5 negatives, right? We made a positive 2, 2 pluses. The 2 pluses wipe out 2 of the negatives, and what's left is the answer, 3 negatives. And that's really what's going on, right? That's why the answer is negative 3, because 2 positives wiped out 2 of the 5 negatives, and there's 3 negatives left. What happens if the numbers are big? You know, what if we got like negative 38 and a positive 17? We don't want to write 38 negatives and 17 positive signs and circle them and cross them out. It's too much. Beyond that, we need to get to the point where we, in our head, can figure out the solution by understanding what takes place. And that's where we want to be. And again, if you guys will just hang in there and focus and pay attention, your positives and negatives will never give you trouble if you'll just focus in. Because honestly, they're easy. But remember, they come, we have them all the rest of our math career, so we gotta be almost perfect with them. And so that's the idea. So let's continue to train our brain. So to add in your head, this is what would happen in your head. Because the 2 positives wipe out the 2 negatives, this is what I do. I start at 2, and I count to 5. Look, because these 2 positives wiped out 2 negatives, I start at 2 and I count up to 5. And that'll tell me how many negatives are left, right? Start at 2, 3, 4, 5, count up to 5, and that tells me how many negatives are left. Because isn't the answer negative 3? See, I start at the number with the least at 2. Now count to 5. 3, 4, 5. And I'm figuring out how many are left. So start at 2, count to 5, determine how many negatives are left. That's all you need to do. Every time. As long as one of the numbers is positive and the other number is negative, that's how we do it. So let's see if we can get a procedure down. So here's just something to look back at later on if you're wondering, and you got to remember. We're going to do this in a minute. So here's how you do it. Start at the number of the one with the least. Start at the number of the one with the least. All right, so listen, pause, think. I'm not talking about the lowest value. I'm talking about the one with the least. For example, if I had 2 apples and 5 oranges, which one is the one with the least? The 2 apples, right? If I had 4 pears and 1 Lamborghini, I'm not talking value, which one is the one with the least? One Lamborghini. All right. So, although the value definitely is not the same, is it? Right? I'm not talking value. I'm talking amounts. So if I have 4 negatives and 2 positives, which one is the one with the least? The 2 positives, because 2 is less than 4. Got it? So you start at the one with the least. Okay? The amount with the least. Count to the number of the one with the most. And then give the sign of the one with the most, because that's what's left. So all you're doing is figuring out how many of them are left. The one with the least always wipes out that amount of the one with the most. Let's figure out how many are left. That's all you got to do. how many are left. All right, so that's the technique. We're going to go through a couple things here first off. So look at A. So think for a second, then I'm going to ask you out loud to tell me what to put in the first blank. All right, just think for a second. All right, so we're going to start at on 3. Tell me your answer. 1, 2, 3.
12.
Start at 12. All right, so we're going to start at 12. Think about what goes in the first blank. Count to what number on 3. Tell me that number out loud. 1, 2, 3.
Negative 18.
Okay, I heard two answers. I heard negative 18 and 18. Which one is it? It's 18. It's the amount. It's the amount. Right? Just got done telling you 4 what? Pears and 1 Lamborghini, right? It's 1 Lamborghini, it's 4 pears. You're not worried about plus or minus yet. This is just amounts. You have 12 of one and 18 of the other. So, what do you get when you start at 12 and you count to 18? You get a total of 6. Which sign do I give? A negative, because there's more negatives than positives, right? We're figuring out how many negatives are left, so our final answer has to be?
Negative 6.
Negative 6, right? That's what we're doing. We're trying in our head to figure out how many are left. Okay? So let's look again at B. Don't say anything yet. What goes in the blank for number 1? Don't say anything yet. All right, on 3, give me your answer. 1, 2, 3.
12.
12, right? Not negative 12, 12, because it's how many are there? Now look, just pause. Everybody look at the screen. Don't write anything, just think now, watch. Look, 12 of these wipe out 12 of the 45. By opposite numbers. They wipe each other out. So if 12 of my 45 are wiped out, I got to figure out how many are left. How do you do it? You simply count from 12 to 45. So watch, this is how I would do it. Everybody look up at me. This is how I would do it. 22, 32, 42, 43, 44, 45. Did you see that? You just counted on your fingers. How many had an elementary teacher who told you never to count on your fingers? Let me see your hands. Oh my, why? Why? Just tell me why. All right, put your hands down. Yeah, I know. They mean well. Those elementary teachers, they really mean well. They have a heart for you. They really do. But that's terrible advice. God gave us 10 fingers, and they work great because our number system is base 10. And look, here's really what you've been doing. All right, so I want you to watch. I'm going to put my knee up here. I'm going to put my hand on my knee. Can you see my hand on my knee?
Yeah.
This is what you guys have been doing because that teacher told you not to count on your fingers. This is what you've been doing. 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3. Right? Isn't that what you've been doing? Of course, because that teacher told you not to count on your fingers, and you were using them anyhow because they're real handy. Use your fingers. It's fine. If it's going to get the correct answer. Oh, no pun intended. I was being punny. All right. Look, you use your fingers. It's fine. It's not a problem. It doesn't mean you're dumb. Adults use their fingers. They sneak it better, but they use their fingers, all right? I'd rather you get it right and use your fingers. They work real well. But, okay, so that's 33, right? From 12 to 45 is 33. And what sign are we going to give the answer? A plus, so we don't need to write the plus, but we're thinking this is a positive answer, and so our answer is 33. If you want to put the plus sign, you can, but you don't need it. Piece of cake, right? Okay, so to make sure you're knowing what to do, why don't you do C and D yourself? I'm going to pause. You guys do C. On 3, give me your answer to C. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Start at 45.
Final answer on for C is
60.
60, right? Positive 60. All right, good. On 3, give me your final answer for D. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
-5.
Positive or negative?
Negative.
Better be negative. There's more negatives than positives, right? Better be a negative 25 because there's more negatives than positives. 11 positives wiped out 11 of the 36 negatives. How many negatives are left? 25. Hence the answer is negative 25. That's all you've got to do. And any of us can do that in our head. And this is actually what's happening. Don't go by the textbooks. Take the absolute value of the one with the most, subtract from it the absolute value of the one with the least, give the sign of the one with the most. That doesn't mean anything. It works. It is a way to get the answer, but this is what's going on. The 11 positives wiped out 11 of those 36 negatives, and therefore there's 25 negatives left. That's the idea. That's the concept. It's that easy. All right. So now let's do it without all of the writing. So now do that. You should be able to go in E right to the answer. Okay? You should be able to go from E right to the answer. You might need to use your fingers. So do E and F. See if you can do E and F. What's the answer to E? What's the answer to F? Using the method we just learned, but you're not writing everything. You're doing it in your head. We're training our brain. So do E, do F. So class, the answer to E is?
-42.
Right? There are 42 negatives left. The answer is -42. How many got that right? Oh, see, math's easy. Math's a piece of cake. Math is not hard. All right, you ready for F? All right, here we go. On 3, give me your answer to F. Eins, zwei, drei. That's German for 3.
-64.
-64. You guys don't know how to count to 3 in German?
No,
Right,
I know German.
I learned that from Hogan's Heroes. So that's where I get all my German from. All right, quiet, please. So -64. How many got -64? Okay. So again, what am I doing? 24 positives wiped out 24 of the 88 negatives. So how do I figure out how many are left? Count from 24 to 88, and it'll tell me how many negatives are left. Start at the 24, count to 88, figure out how many are left. It's exactly what's going on. All right, do the next set. Do G and H. Do G and H. Look, honestly, with G, I'm using my fingers on that one. All right, I mean, I could, if I really wanted to strain my brain, figure it out, but look, 38, 48, 58, 68, 78, 88. All right, so that's 60 and 6 more. So how about 66? How many got 66? All right. But don't mess up on the number. Use your fingers if you need to. Now, H I can do in my head, but because from 44 to 99, okay, that's 55, right? But again, if you need your fingers, use your fingers. And what's left? Positives or negatives? Negatives. So it's -55, right? That's what's left. That's what's happening. That's what's going on. 55, 44, 54, 64, 74, 84, 94, and then 5 more, 55. Beautiful. All right, try the last set there, I and J. Go ahead and do I and J. Use your All right, on 3, give me your answer to I. 1, 2, 3.
51.
Positive or negative?
Positive.
Are you positive?
Yes.
All right, I'm positive. 51 is correct. On 3, give me your answer to J. Un, trois, da.
-14.
I think that's 3 in French. What did I hear? Negative? Are you sure it's negative?
Yes.
Are you positive it's negative?
I'm negative. It's negative.
Are you positive it's negative?
Yes. Yes.
It's better to be positive than negative. Yes, I'm positive it's negative. It's -14, right? Piece of cake. We can handle that. That's the idea. So let me get your attention here. We're actually done for the day. It's a good chance you'll get your homework done in class today because it's a worksheet. Quiet, please listen. Just stop and listen. Mason, stop. Don't be packing up. Listen to me. Alex, stop so you listen. So what we're going to do with the worksheet is we're going to do front page of this stuff just to make sure we remember what we're doing. And then the back page is just this stuff, okay? So the fronts, you're filling in this stuff, getting your final answer like those. On the back, you're like this. Because what's going to happen, hey, did I tell you again to start back? Am I still talking? So here's where we need to get to, guys. Once you get to the back and you do this, hopefully from that point on, we can do it in our head every time. Don't need to write plus signs and minus signs anymore and cross them out. We don't need to write start at this, go to that, put the sign of that. It's in our head. Okay? So take the time, be careful on that front, do it the right way, and then think it to do the back. All right? Any questions, anybody? Okay, now you can pack up and stuff, and I'll pass out your worksheets.